Hello, good morning student. How are you? I hope you all are happy and very healthy at home. So, what did we discuss yesterday? Yesterday we discussed about stereochemistry of disubstituted cyclohexane. We have discussed last type, which is 1,4 type, and in 1,4 type has or 1,4 type shows a geometrical isomerism. It is present in cis as well as trans, right? Now, first A part we have seen. We are talking about type number 4, type 4, which is 1,4 type, and A part we have completed. Today we are going to discuss about the second part, which is B part, known as trans isomer, and in a trans isomer, that is trans isomer 1,4, which is AA or EE form, right? AA form or EE form, and here we are going to consider the example of trans 1,4 trans 1,4 dimethyl cyclohexane. That is a example we are going to consider here, which is trans 1,4 dimethyl cyclohexane. As we know that in a first cis isomer we have studied the 4 structures. Now 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th structure as usual, and we know that, and we are considering only most stable conformation, which is chair conformation. Let us see here chair conformation. First one, this one, and this is a structure number 5 we can call it. And now trans A or EE form. Now let us look at, suppose I am putting one of the methyl group at axial position. Numbering is the same, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1,4 position. So I am putting another methyl group at 4 position. Look at this one. Observe this structure carefully. What do you see? One methyl group is above the plane if you put hand here, and another methyl group or another substituent which is below the plane, and therefore this conformation is known as a trans conformation. Now by looking at the model, you can clearly see this. Observe this model. Look at here, this carbon number 1, 2, 3 and 4, one methyl group at axial position, another methyl group which is at axial position. One is above the plane, one is below the plane, and therefore it has trans geometry, right? And now I am going to do the one operation here. What is that? That is a flipping process, right? And now after the flipping is a process. One chair conformation converted into as another chair conformation. During that process, axial bond becomes equatorial, and equatorial bond becomes as axial one. That is the thing happening there. Now this above carbon atom goes below the plane, so that you are going to get the another structure which is this one, right? Now look at here, axial position methyl group which is above the plane, and after the flipping is going to become as a equatorial one. So the methyl group is at equatorial position. If you put hand here, what do you see? You will see clearly the methyl group which is above the plane. Now this is the carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, right? Now at 4, 1, the methyl group which is axial position, but this is after the flipping, what is happening there? This methyl group which is goes at equatorial position. This is a below the plane, this methyl group also has a below the plane, and this structure we can call it as a structure number 6. So 5 and 6 we got. What is the next? As usual, because this is the final type we are discussing here, remember and see carefully, observe carefully. I am showing dotted line. What does it mean? It means it is a mirror. What do you see in mirror? Mirror of the mirror of the object, right? Mirror images of the object. So this molecule or this compound looks in the mirror like this. So you will get the mirror image of this. So here methyl group, here another methyl group at 4 position which looks here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The numbering is as usual, and now do the flipping process. Now, and flipping, as we know that axial becomes as equatorial, equatorial becomes as a axial one, and you are going to get here this structure. Now this carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now at carbon number 1, the group which is axial one, and after that you will get as a equatorial position. Methyl group comes here. Now at a 4 position, look at there, this axial position, and this becomes as a equatorial one, right? So, and if you look this structure carefully, what do you see? It is a mirror image of this compound, and therefore this is a mirror. And now you can call it as a structure number 7, and this is a structure number 8, right? Now 4 structure we are got, and generally we are studying these stereochemistry step by step with respect to 4 point. First one, geometrical isomerism. Second one, optical isomerism. Third one, conformational isomers. And fourth one, relative stabilities. In this pattern we are studying this chapter, and we are at the end of this chapter, right? And now what is the geometrical isomerism we have done. Now second point, we are finding optical isomers, right? Optical isomers. Optical isomers, what do you see? What is your opinion? Last, whether these structures are optically active or optically inactive. What are the things to remember here? Observe this structure carefully. First one, only one, whether is there any plane of symmetry is present. Plane of symmetry means if you cut the molecule, any object, you will get as exactly identical 2 parts are there. So that type of the mirror images or that type of the thing is called as a plane of symmetry. Look at, if you cut the molecule from here, carbon number 1 to 4, you will get identical. If you cut the molecule from here, you will get as a mirror image. These dotted line clearly indicate as a mirror images, right? These dotted line clearly indicate as a mirror images. So this, by looking as a model here again, one is below the plane, one is above the plane, but if you cut from here at the exactly middle, you will get half part this and half part, means 2 equal halves you are getting, identical parts, and therefore this molecule is there is a plane of symmetry, and therefore what is your answer here? The molecule is optically inactive in nature. If there is a plane of symmetry is present, that molecule is optically inactive in nature. There is a plane of symmetry. There is a plane of symmetry. Plane of symmetry, and therefore these molecules are optically inactive in nature. Optically inactive. Optically inactive in nature, because they has a plane of symmetry. If plane of symmetry is there, that molecule becomes as a meso compound, and these compound are meso compound. Meso compound means what? They are the optically inactive. They shows plane of symmetry, as well as this shows as a center of symmetry. If you put as a center here, if you rotate this model, you will get exactly, means both are symmetries are present. Out of that three, one of the symmetry is present, that molecule is optically inactive in nature, and therefore these compound, these isomers are optically inactive because they possess plane of symmetry. Now moving toward the next point. What is our next point? Third point, we are talking about the conformational isomerism or conformational isomers. Conformational isomers, look at the, observe this structure carefully. Structure number 5 and 7, and structure number 6 and 8, they are enantiomers, and they becomes as a, due to the presence of plane of symmetry or center of symmetry, that molecule becomes as a meso compound, and there is a what we can call it as a this compound. Now compound number 5 and 6, similarly compound number 7 and 8, they are the diastereomers. We can separate this compound from each other because they are the diastereomers in nature. And now last point we are going to discuss here, the relative stabilities. Now in a relative stability, what do you see here? Relative stability, fourth point, relative stability, right? Relative stability, what are the things required to determine the relative stability of the these isomers? Two things required. One, you have to find out 1,3 diaxial interaction. Second one is a butane-Gauch interaction. And if 1,3 diaxial interaction is present, that possess 0.9 kilocalorie per mole. Similarly, butane-Gauch interaction if present, it also exists 0.9 kilocalorie per mole. Now look at here. In a structure number 5 and 7, they are the same enantiomers are there. Now they are superimposable mirror images of each other, and therefore look at here, methyl group. Now find out 1,3 diaxial interaction, 1, 2, 3. At 3 position there is a hydrogen atom, 1, 2, 3. At 3 position again there is a hydrogen atom. How many hydrogen atoms are there? Look at here. So 1,3 diaxial interaction present over there, and here look at this methyl group which is present at axial position. So again find out 1, 2, 3. There is a one hydrogen atom over here, and now go this side, 1, 2, 3, which is one of the hydrogen atom. They are present at 1,3 diaxial interaction. 2 above 1,3 diaxial interaction and 2 below 1,3 diaxial interaction, and total becomes as a 4. So 4 multiplied by 0.9 is equal to 3.6 kilocalorie per mole of van der Waals force, right? Of van der Waals strain. This much amount of this molecule, this and this. Now what about this having as a 3.6. This is also having as a 3.6 kilocalorie per mole. What about this? How much energy? Look at here, methyl group which is at equatorial position. This also has a equatorial position. So there is a no 1,3-diaxial interaction because both the substituent present at a equatorial position, and therefore there will be a 0 kilocalorie per mole. This much amount of the energy associated are showing these This also has a 0 kilocalorie per mole. So these are the what we can call it as a stability. I think with this we have completed all the 4 conformations for 4 type we have completed. Now is the last point remaining in this chapter. We are going to summarize this chapter as well as I am going to tell you some trick how to remember or how to answer the question, because 1 mark question always appear here and the 5 mark broad question, question number 3 from, and that we will see in the next lecture. Let us stop today here. Thank you. Have a nice day.